Hey guys, it's your girl Tyra Crush back with another review, and this time it is for Sistas on BET. If you would, please hit my subscribe button down at the bottom. It's like right there, right there, like right there, right there. Thank you so much. And if you don't subscribe, I just thank you for being here and watching. Like, comment, share if you care to. So let's get right into it. So Gary didn't take the head. Big head Gary said no to the head. Big head Gary said no to the fellatio. I don't know what to do with my hands because I didn't want him to say no. I wanted him to say yes. I thought he was already doing nasty stuff with these girls. But clearly, he was able to rationalize whatever her little weird methods were up until this point. So when she goes to give him some fellatio, he's like, no. And so he stops her, and then Andy comes in the door, which was just awkward because she got all the way over. She came in the door, saw who was in her house, shut the door. The theme music came on, and then she came back and then said hello. No, honey. As soon as I get in the door, hello is not even in my vocabulary. I don't know what that word means at this point. In fact, if I do know what it means, I know it doesn't apply to this conversation that's about to happen. Hold up! Why the... Hello ain't got nothing to do with it. That's a moot point right there, okay? No, sir. So, yeah, I'm just definitely not feeling the conversation, around, when she came in there, telling her to leave. She's like, it's a pleasure seeing you. Well, it ain't a pleasure seeing you. Yeah, I'd have been dragging her up out of my house because, honey, you knew from the last time not to come back in here. You knew from the last time not to come back in here. I don't care what he told you. You knew what I said. So, yeah, she'd have been drugged up and down the apartment building, and then I would have called the police and said she was stalking me. So, and then she leaves out. Like, she's talking to Gary. She's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You see what talking about. You don't respect me. Blah, blah, blah. I ain't leaving. That was just so, that reminded me of the 90s when a female would be at home minding her own business and a dude would want to go out with his homeboys and he want to cheat. So he going to come home and he just going to make any old argument up. Oh, so you going to put thin spaghetti in the spaghetti instead of regular spaghetti, and we had regular spaghetti? Oh, I can't do this. I got to go. No, she used thin spaghetti. She know how I feel about that, yo. She know how I feel about that. She might as well use angel hair, Y'all know that was weak. Her reasoning for leaving. Oh, okay, you don't respect me. Okay, I'm going to go sit and spin on Big Bird. I think I'll just go and sit and spin on Big Bird for once in my life, I've been wanting to do it anyway. I've been resisting. But this is last straw, Gary. This is last straw. I just want to see the scenes that happen between them that we don't get to see that, keep her so engulfed in Gary. I don't understand it because he ain't let us in on that part. Okay, so let's see. Karen and Aaron, typical. He sends her flowers, I talked to God and he said, you mine. Really? Is that what God said? God said, really? Then why didn't God tell you that she was, wanting somebody else? Why God didn't tell you that, Aaron? Your lying self. I would have told her, God ain't said that. God didn't say that. That's what I would have told her. And when Andy did call Big Bird, to let him know that she wanted to meet up with him at the restaurant or whatever, I like that she didn't go into details about her and Gary because I don't care what you got going on with your man. You don't be pillow talking with somebody else. It's none of his business. If I'm here to give you this coochie, it has nothing to do with my boyfriend. You don't need to know anything about him. But some chicks, they mad, so they gonna go over there and they gonna, yeah, he's sitting here talking to this girl, and then you telling this man all this other man's, but she didn't do that, so I appreciated that in her. Now it remains to be seen if she actually goes through with the act. So, Danny and Cowboy, normal, boring, but I think Cowboy is starting to get a little bit disinterested in Danny. Y'all tell me if y'all agree, but it seems like he's drawing back because he was so into her and she pushed him back. Now I feel like she's more into him than he is her. Because she liked it when she had control and she could tell him when to come and go and, decide how much time they were spending. if it was enough or too much. But now I think he's starting to take his control back. I think he found his balls. And yeah, he's grabbing those when it comes to Danny. So we'll see how that all works out. Because like I said, most interracial relationships I know where it's a black woman and a white man, she runs the relationship. She tends to run the relationship. He don't really make too many decisions without her, because black women, we just think differently. And I'm going to leave that at that. Carrying going over Danny's house and smoking, that kind of made me mad a little bit. I'm like, girl, why are you trying to get yourself riled up and horny? Everybody know marijuana is an aphrodisiac. It puts you in the mood. I'm not saying that it's going to make a man whose penis don't work hard. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying it's a mood. It soothes you out. It mellows you out. And it definitely makes the mood right for whoopee. And I'm not talking about Goldberg. So her smoking and drinking and all of that, I was like, that is so unattractive. Why are you doing that? But she's there, and she claims she's there because she needs to hear Zach say that he does not love her and he does not want to be with her. First of all, love is not something that goes away. I think I've explained this before. Love is one of those emotions that when you have it, once you feel it, it doesn't go away. It may lessen, the strength of it may lessen. You may not act on it. You may actually resent the person as much as you love them. But love, it never goes away. I mean, I can't stand a few people in my past, but I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't a picogram of love left for that person, because it probably is about 3 picograms left, but it's still there, and I know it's there, and I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't, because I just feel like once you have it, it just doesn't go anywhere. But I would never act on it again. In fact, I would act on the opposite of it, the disdain that I have for this person. Because those two can't exist in the same place. In fact, they have to exist in the same place, because you wouldn't know one from the other if it didn't. So that's that on that. I know I get a little deep sometimes. Y'all just have to look past me. But so her nervousness and back and forth, like, why he ain't here? He's supposed to be here. All this. And Danny, she wanted to show for me because she gave Karen the advice that she really needed. Like, she's like, why are you smoking? You know how y'all's energy is. Why would you do that? And blah, blah, blah. And so Karen was like, well, I have to, I got to calm down and whatever. And so we saw Fatima setting up Hayden, which we knew she was going to do by, basically planting questions for her friend to ask. And she had her own answers. But what she didn't anticipate was that Hayden was going to be recording her calls on top of everything else. And he did. And so as she's bashing Zach, he's recording all of it and saying, you know what? I'm gonna send these messages to Zach. So that was kind of messed up. And she was kind of slow, because if you was going to do something like that, you should have told him first. You should have told Zach what you was up to. Being that you was going to be bad-mouthing him to a snake like Hayden, you should have said something to Zach about your plan, about how you feel like he be listening in on your phone calls. But you always want to be secretive, Fatima. So that's, I feel like, where you went wrong, is not telling him your plan, since it involved him. And I don't even understand why you even had to say all of that about Zach anyway. Why would you even need to say all that? You already basically set it up to have Hayden come in wearing an orange shirt with his jacket, his blazer and jeans. So why did you even need to bash Zach like that? That was just stupid. What, to make Hayden happy? He ain't gonna do nothing but run with that information. So whatever happens, Fatima. And I feel like you caused it. And I'm mad that it was written that way, because I know you wouldn't have done that in real life, Fatima, because me and you was like this. We riders, okay? For the right ones. And I know you wouldn't have done that, but, it was written that way. So I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't gonna hold you too much. Sabrina and Calvin were blah. And I told y'all, that girl be pumping him a whole lot in his booty. And that's what he said. She wears a strap on. She does everything with him. And, and then he gonna keep saying, I see you judging me. Yes, she should be judging you. It's her brain. Everybody judges everybody. You judge me. I judge you if I could see you. I judge y'all by y'all comments. Like, I have a person that comments a lot, and he puts he puts a lot of thought into his comments, and so I always look forward to them. And so I take him as a very intelligent and attentive person because of the way he responds to me. So I judge him. Y'all judge me. Y'all probably look at the screen and say, ooh, she's ugly, or ooh, she's pretty, or ooh, she's all right. Ooh, she ain't all that. Ooh, ain't she wore that before? Y'all judge me too. And I feel like that's what you're supposed to do when you have a brain and a rationale that happens in your cognitive, in your cerebellum, whatever part of your brain where it happens. The left, the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe. So if your brain works properly, i.e. you don't have cerebral palsy or something like that, then you should be judging everything. Ooh, that street's too dark to go down. I don't want to go down that street. Ooh, that man looks like he might be ready to rob me. I'm not saying he will, but he sure does have a mask on. He sure does look sketchy. He sure is looking at me as he's walking towards me. So yes, I'm going to judge everything and everybody around me. Now, those judgments don't necessarily equate to somebody's reality. That's where people get messed up. They think that because they assess something from the way they see it and for, their life's experiences, that's fact. For you, it's fact. That doesn't mean that that's what's going on in that person's head. Now, say I see somebody coming at me and I think they're going to rob me. They could be coming up to me saying, there's 5 dogs coming. You better run. But I don't know that because the intensity in the eyes, I'm only judging it by what I see. So, I'm sorry. Tangents, but I don't like it when people say that they don't judge people. Yes, you do. So, Calvin sitting there asking Sabrina not to judge him was just, to me, unreasonable. Because what else is she supposed to do? She's got to listen to what you're saying, and she's got to see how that applies to her life. Is she going to be able to do the things that you're used to? How does she feel? Does she feel like those fetishes, as you call them, are so strong that you wouldn't be able to resist, going and having those fetishes fulfilled? She's got a right to judge everything about that situation. She's asking you the right questions. Don't you feel effeminized? And he's like, no, I don't think she said effeminized. I think she said emasculated. He was like, no, it's actually quite pleasurable for me. I'm like, ugh, you in these 1970s slacks, boy. I just don't get it, and I don't appreciate it at all. Sorry. So, I don't blame Sabrina, and I don't feel like it ain't no way I'm gonna sit there and be with some man that needs to bend over. Like, I need to see your booty hole, and I need to stick something in there for you to be. No, that's not for me. Now, if that's for you, more power to you. But that's definitely not for me. But I bet it's quite empowering. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you imagine being a female talking about, I'm going to tear that ass up? I'm immature. I am. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't offend anybody. But if I did, oh well, get some balls. I get some nuts. I get some tatas or something. And grab them. And get over yourself, because it's just a joke. Okay, so Zach and Karen. Zach really did make me proud, because at first he couldn't tell her, but then he did. He said, there she is. There's the bitch I know. And, Karen is always going to be that person that's going to pick at him, that's going to try to get under his skin to get a rise out of him. And he told her that he didn't love her and he did not want to be with her. He meant it in that moment, but we all know Zach still loves her. I don't think he wants to be with her because he knows that she's toxic and he's toxic for her. So he's being the adult about the situation and trying to have whatever she needs to move forward. He wants her to have it because he's moving on. He's definitely into Fatima, and he sees Fatima as his wife. So him actually having to see, having to hear her words was just like heartbreaking to him. And I knew that was going to happen. I thought it was going to happen on his way in to see Karen, but it happened afterwards. So he's probably going to go in and break up with Fatima. From the preview, it looks like he's going to break up with her, tell her that something happened between him and Karen that didn't, and he's going to go get a hotel. And, Fatima's going to be hurt, and she's not going to know. She's not going to know until Hayden tells her that he knows. That he done told Zach something. And that's going to be her own fault. She should have told him at first. Anything that's got to do with your man that you planning, you have to let him know. You, especially a scheme. And you know the scheme is against a serpent. Like how you don't, whatever, Fatima, that was on you. That was totally on you. And can we give Andi a round of applause for going to see Big Bird to have a sit and spin? I think she's going to sit and spin on Big Bird. I think it's going to happen. I appreciated her contemplating whether or not, well, you already in the room. So at this point, you might as well go on and get you some. Because as far as Gary's concerned, you did. So you might as well go on and get you some, girl. You knew what you was doing while you picked that fight to go over there. It's like, I can't believe this. I'm out of here. Yeah, that's right, Andi. Go on and get you some, girl. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how it comes out because I think Andi's going to wind up regretting what she did, feeling guilty. Gary's going to tell her that he's not seeing their counselor anymore because he realized she was a quack and tried to have sex with him. She's going to feel super bad that she did something with Big Bird, but she shouldn't feel bad because Gary treats her like crap. The way he talks to her, the way he, no. He's a good man. To who? Who is he a good man to? He's not a good man to you. He wasn't a good man to Jasmine because he cheated on her with you. He's a good man to Gary. That's who Gary's a good man to. He's controlling. He's insecure. He's the worst kind of man. He's a burly man. He's a feminine man. Okay, so that's about all from this episode. We're just going to have to see what happens with Zatima next week. I think I see Zach going to a hotel, catching Andi coming out of one. But he don't really know Gary, and he don't care for him anyway, so I don't think that really matters. But I think he's going to be in that hotel chilling and until his house is ready. So Andi might mention it to Fatima to see what's up. Like, why is Zach at a hotel? And then she's going to be wondering, well, why isn't he at Karen's? I thought he said that it's going to go down. Fatima going to figure it out, but I think it's going to be too late. I think he's going to already found himself back into Karen's arms. We're just going to have to wait and see. But I'm going to end it right there. But I do want to say, before I get off of here, a quick RIP to Young Dolph, a rapper out of Memphis. For those who are may not be aware, he was gunned down today picking up cookies for his aunt who is battling cancer in the hospital. He was very big in his community. He gave back hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he will be sorely missed. And so my condolences go out to him, to his whole family, his friends, anybody that idolized him, anybody whose life he touched, anybody who enjoyed his music, anybody who is affected negatively by this shooting and senseless murder. My heart's with you as we pray for Memphis. And that is my $5.02. Peace.